All right, so I hate Steven Crowder, but this is a great thing because this is a great clip idea because this is Steven Crowder talking about the George Carlin clip that everybody's sharing, where he's talking about dice and he's talking about punching up and punching down. People, something that I think people take out of context. But here's the thing: it's always guaranteed anybody who shares that clip doesn't know the first fucking thing about comedy. But here's the fucking thing, and I haven't asked you this. I don't know the answer. Do you think George Carlin is funny?
He's made me laugh, but I will say, many comedians would probably be upset with how unfamiliar I am with George Carlin.
Matt Salt. I asked Matt Salt.
If I'm being completely honest, I don't know nearly enough about the old school comedy as I should, according to people.
Well, we're gonna play a Carlin clip.
I just don't fucking care.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about obviously George Carlin's funnier than Steven Crowder. Nobody here likes Steven Crowder.
Can I ask you something?
But I can't stand fucking George. Fucking Robbie Aces and Bruce got fucking mad at me, and then I was like, well, and fucking Matt, I go, who do you think's funnier, Dice or George Carlin? He goes, Dice, without a fucking beat. Like, I never fucking laughed at George Carlin because it's like the old stuff is kind of cute because he's like baseball, you wear caps. Football, you wear helmets. And you're like, okay, well that's like interesting writing, like a Shel Silverstein poem or something, but it's not like.
It doesn't come with cool illustrations like Shel Silverstein. How long has Steven Crowder been a public figure?
At least since I'd say 2010.
What season are they of It's Always Sunny? Like 13?
I don't
know.
17
or something?
35.
Yeah. Do you think that he based himself loosely around the character Mac? I still swear to God, it's weird how much he's like Mac. He even kind of looks like him. Because I was gonna say maybe the actor Rob McEnally inadvertently kind of adopted Steven Crowder, but.
Well, I've seen Steven Crowder rip off Bill Burr. I've seen Steven Crowder rip off Tom Green. I've seen Steven Crowder rip off Opie and Anthony. I've seen Steven Crowder rip off Norm Macdonald.
It would be hilarious if he ripped off Bill Burr and was just doing a Bill Burr.
There's a clip of him going,
it's ridiculous.
Steven Crowder owns SJW in a crowd, and he was clearly imitating the Boston incident.
Yeah.
But except the difference is that Bill Burr was yelling at an arena of fucking
people,
Bostonians, drunk Bostonians, and he was yelling at one guy in the audience. And it was fucking pathetic. And the only reason we haven't covered it is because he fucking says so many fucking slurs in it that we can't. Not without a beeper. We need a beeper for this show. Anyway, so this is Steven Crowder.
We can just put it in whenever we want, and people will just be like, "What word was that? How did the N-word fit into that?" All right.
We could do unnecessary censorship bits, like Jimmy Kimmel, but we'll acknowledge that we're ripping off Jimmy Kimmel. This is Steven Crowder reacting to that Carlin clip that's making the rounds where he's talking about punching down.
Which is funny because during, I think, the pandemic, I think I saw a quote, like a meme that was just a quote of it.
Yeah.
So it's not even super new. It's weird how this shit just kind of fucking circulates.
Yeah.
George Carlin? Where people are saying, if you want to know what George Carlin would say, and it's him talking about Andrew Dice Clay, saying, I feel like he's targeting the marginalized, immigrants, women, blah, 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 blah. Okay, far be it for me to defend Andrew Dice Clay. Here's the thing.
Why not?
I get that the idea
Pussy.
Here with comedy is you are supposed to attack those.
That's how you know he's not a comic. He's not willing to defend the Dice. A dude who anybody here would fucking anybody on the planet would walk into the Comedy Store at midnight, and he walks on stage and starts roasting the crowd. You would laugh your fucking ass off.
And it's a character. Has that character kind of become him?
That's what made Dice crazy. And that's why, and Carlin was kind of right in the end when he said that your audience turned against you. Dice turned against his audience at a certain point because he got so fucking angry that there were people in his audience that didn't get the joke. It's a cartoon character. You should know that immediately when you watch an old Dice set from the 80s when he does this. You should know immediately this whole thing is stupid.
Just how he's dressed alone should kind of give it
fucking
away.
Outfit.
He looks like Elvis wearing an Evel Knievel costume. It's absurd. And it's weird Because I would say the shit he says is enough. I feel like is enough to be like, this guy can't be spreading his opinion like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
he didn't really stick his tongue in a girl's ass in a line at the bank. I mean, that's not a real thing.
But he really did, not iconic. He made it iconic to go, oh!
Oh! And then we had intercourse. Oh!
Oh! I put it in a pussy. All right.
In positions of authority. You don't want to punch down. I think that all targets, right?
I've said this before. You can say what you want about punching down, but a lot of MMA fights have been won through ground and pound. And that is just swinging for
Punching
the floor,
down.
dude. That's just swinging for the fucking floor. That's what they tell him is like aim to hit the fucking
Oh,
mat
by the way,
through his face.
I'm not one of these guys to bitch about fucking who gets cast in a Marvel movie. That's just for nerds. But I believe that we as a society had already agreed upon Ronda Rousey playing She-Hulk. So this fucking, I don't know what this fucking casting is about.
Have you seen it?
But fuck that shit.
It's really weird. I saw a preview and it seems like She-Hulk can go in and out like as she wants. And now I didn't even know this was a thing, but Hulk can just talk normal in the new Marvel universe. Like he walks around with glasses on in some cases. It's like hello. It's fucking weird. It's real weird. The actor playing him was like, I want dialogue.
I want fucking Ronda Rousey to be like
And
painted
the girl,
green.
yeah, and the woman that's playing her is not super jacked. She is tall. I'll give her that. But
First time I saw Ronda
when
Rousey, I
she
went,
goes through, yeah, but
that woman is beautiful, and she should be She-Hulk.
and I would say like it's unrealistic because she doesn't rip through her pants, but she's wearing yoga pants, so it's like
Yeah, that's smart.
she'd have to get
That's
real
smart. That's a
big to
smart
rip
move for a
through.
She-Hulk.
But she doesn't get huge, like.
I never understood how his pants stayed on.
But his calves got huge, but the hips supported
His
it.
penis was the normal size.
I mean, was he just gonna fucking just crush through some poor lady's pelvis?
Right, are within the limits, except for the helpless. So, for example, someone who is literally mentally disabled, specifically, or unable to defend themselves, it just doesn't necessarily go over well, but I'm not going to complain if somebody does it. So, everything is fair game except for the helpless. But if you want to talk about punching
helpless?
up, look, are we actually going to act as though the LGBTQAAIP plus bully pulpit is not in a position of wielding disproportionate power? You want to know
Wow, that
how
was a rough one.
we know that they are? Look at any other stand-up special or any Netflix show that exists, and it constantly bitches about patriarchy and the white male. And the very fact that Dave Chappelle...
Yeah, nobody watches that. You know what they watch? They watch Ricky Gervais riding on Dave Chappelle's coattails by having some fucking artificial fucking controversy about transgender people in his dumb fucking boring fucking special. Dude, like, where the fuck do transgender people control the government? Since when, dude? You can't even fucking be transgender in fucking Alabama till you're 19. Fucking, there was they picked one transgender chick to be a fucking surgeon general, and these guys had a panic attack about it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna fucking. That's just delusional, dude. It's not punching down. First of all, why aren't you arguing against the concept of punching up and punching down if you're a comedian?
Yeah.
That's your first move. Everybody knows that.
It is weird. He is kind of trying to virtue signal.
Yeah.
With
the helpless? Who the fuck are you talking about? Handicapped people? We can't make handicap jokes now because it's SJW, Steven Crowder.
Don't target the helpless. What do you mean? Like randomly deciding to debate random college kids on topics that they're not educated on?
We wouldn't be fighting on Twitter about fucking Dave Chappelle if transgender people had power. You know what really would be really awesome is if everybody was treated equally under the law. That way, when I get up on stage and I want to make a transgender joke about Melania Trump, I don't get fucking weirdness in the audience. Okay, not that I do. Everybody's usually cool, but you get what I'm saying.
Melania is one of the ones you can go after.
Well, finally people are catching on. Like, I'm ahead of my time. Now people are sharing this meme where comparing her to Jan Michael Vincent, but I just think it took a while. It took 4 years to people to find out who Jan Michael Vincent
You know what offended me most about the Ricky Gervais special?
That he's the accent?
No, that's second. First was the fucking lapel mic or whatever.
Oh God!
I fucking
Oh
hate
my
that
God!
shit.
You want to talk about effeminate? I have a lapel mic. No, he had a
it was
TED Talk mic.
Oh God!
Oh my, that fucking
fact
annoyed
that
me.
he's
Could you need your hands free?
The fact that he calls himself a stand-up comedian and isn't like naturally up there holding
Yeah,
a mic,
'cause
you know
he's
what
not.
I mean? He's clearly in the
Dude, he
world
never
of
he never did an open mic in his life. I mean, he used a cheat code. Sam Tripoli said that about.
He made really good television.
Well, some people say that. Some people say like most British television, the American version is always better. But
I agree, but at the same time, one defense you'd have to make is that the American version lasted 10 times longer than the British version.
Yeah, but I mean,
mean,
he was in a cheap Pet Shop Boys knockoff
but
band.
also An Idiot Abroad is brilliant television.
Okay, I've never seen it. I gotta be honest, I have not seen that much output. There's one funny bit that that the Star Trek guy, Jean-Luc Picard, was on Extras, and Extras was kind of funny because they would just get actors to say inappropriate, ridiculous stuff, and the fucking Picard thing was hilarious, dude, because he has a screenplay where he's like using psychic powers to look at girls' tits and stuff. It's fucking yes, and then you can see I can see every. She doesn't think I can see anything, but I can see everything. It's fucking great. But other than that, I mean, anyways.
Yeah,
Steven Crowder's an idiot. It would be a lot easier for comedians if everybody got treated with respect. That way, we can treat them with disrespect. A lot easier. That's all I'm saying. But assholes like this just pretend that there's some fucking war that transgender and gay people won. Like, when was that? Anyway.
Do you think that if the video came out and it was Carlin saying people were too sensitive and stuff like that, that he would be taking that side?
Well, I'll show you one video that they don't share.
Oh, some people don't like you to talk like that. Oh, some people would like to shut you up for saying those things. You know that. Lots of people, lots of groups in this country want to tell you how to talk, tell you what you can't talk about. Well, sometimes they'll say, well, you can talk about something, but you can't joke about it. Say you can't joke about something because it's not funny. Comedians run into that shit all the time. Like rape. They'll say, you can't joke about rape. Rape's not funny. I say, fuck you. I think it's hilarious. How do you like that? I can prove to you that rape is funny. Picture Porky Pig raping Elmer Fudd. See? Hey, why do you think they call him Porky, huh? I know what you're going to say. Elmer was asking for it. Elmer was coming on to Porky. Porky couldn't help himself. He got a hard on. He got horny. He lost control. He went out of his mind.
Wow, that's interesting.
I don't think. I'm sorry, but that's like so fucking lazy.
And on top of that,
I found out he stole a
Mr.
joke from Reality
Potato's
Bites.
non-binary.
Somebody fucking posted a joke where it goes, George Carlin, you ever notice that Evian is naive spelled backwards? And I was like, wait a second. And that came out in 97, and then I found out, and I was like, holy shit, that's from Reality Bites. I'm not saying that George Carlin stole from Reality Bites, but I'm just saying.
Thinking.
Parallel thinking, definitely, but.
A joke about a knife identifying as a gun and it becoming a controversy tells you that this isn't punching down.
No.
Yeah, but him almost being murdered and would
No, a transgender joke being controversial tells you that if punching down exists, that's definitely an example of punching down, because there wouldn't be a controversy if transgender people ruled the Supreme Court like you apparently think they do. All right, whatever.
yeah, it's failed to see is at the time Dice was punching down to the marginalized. That's true. And nowadays, that's punching up.
I disagree with that,
They
too.
are. This is the only time where the people that have the most power claim to be victims.
Right.
This is the only time it seems in history.
Well, and of that alphabet soup that you just listed, the T's are definitely in charge.
Yes.
Right? There's almost no other group right now being talked about. Even the gay pride parades and festivals are headed by T's.
Do you know that from all the
Right.
gay
It's like
pride
nary
festivals
a
you've
G
been
be
to?
found.
Well, also, if you're going to go in order of, percentage, it should be GLBT. But of course,
Okay, whatever, dude. These guys are fucking morons.
Next they're gonna be like, and what's with the L? I mean, a lesbian is a gay woman, and the G is inclusive.
How come the letters aren't in order?
Alphabet soup.
How come
What?
it's not alphabetical order?
Well, when people are just like, what's with all the letters? And it's like, would you
What's
rather...
with all the letters?
Would you rather say lesbian, gay, trans, bi? Like, what? Like, what are you fucking talking about?
Hey, gay people, how about a few vowels so we can turn it into an acronym that I
Yeah.
can remember?
What is this, Wordle? No, because there's only 4 of them, you fucking losers.
I feel like I'm playing Scrabble every time I talk about you behind your back.
That would be killer if LGBTQ became a valid word on Scrabble.
Oh, God.
Because it's like not even trying to be like a word. It's openly an acronym. You know what I mean?
It's just him being a douche. I think we got the fucking idea. He's basically saying it's not punching down
Oh
because
God, I forgot.
gay
Those are
people
gun
rule.
holsters.
where he keeps his self-esteem.
I was like, I thought those were suspenders, and then I was like, no, they're curving. Those are gun holsters. I forgot about
It's
that.
too bad he can't just detach
Are
his
there
cock.
guns in them?
No. And when Kyle Rittenhouse came on the show, he didn't even wear them, which is weird to me.
That is weird.
Probably because he felt like a pussy for having never killed an innocent person.
Or even putting the guns. He might not even have guns to put them.
He
put in
probably doesn't even own a gun.
there. Like he might just be like, I don't want Kyle to make fun of me for not having guns at these.
I have
things.
never seen such a dude
And I do
who's
not need
not.
to go to buy 2 Desert Eagles.
Yeah, your description of him being Mac is just so fucking accurate. I've never seen a dude so obsessed with his own machismo. I mean, to the level where you're like, this guy's got insecurity issues that we can't even fathom as like not being psychotherapists. Anyways, okay.